Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to episode number 37 of Leicester Reborn. And in today's episode, we will have a few big games coming up domestically here as well. We've got results to tell you about, we've got FMings to talk about, and we've got Adam Lynch on the screen because guess what? I am loaning him out. That is correct. Damien has finally cut the sword, and I said this guy has just not developed at all well enough in this database. Now, if you have a look at him, before it automatically clicks away, which I hate when the game does that. 5-star potential, but he's been 2-star for the whole time. We have played him more in every game going forward this year, but he's not put in a good performance in terms of getting good match ratings, and has always had about 14 acceleration, 14 pace, finally up to 15, but he's never really developed past what you see. If you have a look at his progression, you will say that, oh yeah, it's been not bad, but as you can see, it's dropped down, come back up, but really hasn't got past 2-star since Feb 26. In a year's time. That's a year. If you have a look at all-time growth, you will say, oh, he has improved. But yeah, he has, because he genned out as a 16-year-old. He should have improved, but not much improvement. You have a look at the physical side of improvement, which I know my face is covering. It's a lot of 1s and 2s. If you have a look at the technical improvement, there has not been improvement. His passing's been stagnant at 15 the whole time. He's not really kicked on. So, with that being said, I've loaned him. That is correct. Our best hot prospect that's come through our academy at 16 is going out on loan to Werder Bremen. Now, it is a big call to be doing this. Werder Bremen, though, have fantastic facilities. If you go into the bid here on the way out, and you go to Lynch and you go to confirmation here, you can see they have state-of-the-art facilities as an important player. No club wanted him to pay him money, but he's the sort of guy that I don't care about the money if they pay me, if they don't. Just go, play, and be done with it. If he doesn't get minutes, we can recall him because he can be re-registered into the Champions League, into the Premier League because he's under 21, and in the Champions League because he was a youth prospect. Don't need to register him as well. So, feel like this is one that we're going to do. We are going to let him out. Now, what does that mean for me? That means that I have recalled back a man called Ronnie. Now, Ronnie's been recalled back because he only played once for PSG. They gave me a loan, which would have been out he played 6 games, 4 goals. Was really complaining about his game time. 3 off the bench, 3 starts. PSG obviously have played more than that in the league. They played 20. So he barely got any game time. I was more loaning him out just to get the 3.1 mil and selling him. It's now he's coming back in. He's just going to play as a placeholder because we got a couple others in and around the squad that are whatever. Important to note too with the squad, we've been trying to sell Demirel. Now this is a guy that we rejected 32 mil from Barcelona at the start of this season. No one wants him. He's one of those guys that's unsellable, which is odd. But he's going to be here. James Justin wanted to leave as well for 30 odd mil. No one's touched him as well. Both of those guys we're going to look to actively sell, even if it's outside of today's deadline day. We'll look to sell next season because it'd be nice to recruit money. We've obviously got footballers that can come back. Now let's talk about results before we get into what the games are of this episode. If you are enjoying the content, give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Mate, we got FM by Chelsea, everyone knows. I said that I don't know if I'm going to rotate or not against Red Star. We semi-rotated, we lost 1-0, which put me in a precarious position in the Champions League. As you can see here, wasn't particularly great. We beat Norwich, we beat United in the Cabaret Cup. We are in the Cabaret Cup final. Main reason I didn't give you the semis, we drew Everton are in the Championship. They currently sit 4th in the Championship. They're not particularly great in the Championship. They're not flying. Beat them 2-1 away before pumping them 3-0 at home. Didn't need to give you it because it was going to be foregone conclusion, you feel. With that being said, we beat United 4-1. Velez, who's scored 10 goals in a row, then didn't score in 7, scored 4 against United. And then that started a run of goals for him after we drew 0-0 to Newcastle and Liverpool in 2 consecutive. Scored a couple of goals here, beat Fulham, beat Wolves, got some goals here against Fylde. 3-0 up. They scored 2 goals in 5 minutes. I brought Hassan and Elise on, and Hassan decided to score 4 goals in 20 minutes to kill that game off, which was good. Brentford drew 1-1, disappointing. Beat Inter 6-0, which meant on the final day we played Real Madrid away, who 2 years ago we lost 3-0 at home, away from home to get knocked out in the semi-final of the Champions League. We played him. A win to get inside the top 8. A draw maybe would have done it. As a result, played out after the 2 days of the match days. We would have finished in 9th on 16 points on goal difference. So this was a needed win. Linus scored his first goal for the football club. The 18-year-old played ball-winning midfielder because of suspensions. Scored from a set piece, and we held on for a 1-0 win, which means we're inside the top 8 for the Champions League, which is, swimming. We lost 2 games, and it was the PSV and Red Star. We won 6 games, including being in Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, and Inter 6-0. I don't know what you read into that. I don't know if that means when we go full strength we're really bloody good, or we're going to throw the pooch array at some stage here as well in the Champions League. But yeah, we were pretty good. Unfortunately, the last game that before we come in to talk about Leeds, we just drew 0-0 to Middlesbrough, which means the league is kind of up in the air. It is really tight. Now, what that means for us is that we are going to give you some games here. We've got Arsenal in the FA Cup 4th round. We've got Man City. We've got Chelsea coming up who are top. We got Liverpool. What I am going to give you is I'm going to give you guys the... I want to give you Man City, Arsenal, but then you got Chelsea and Liverpool, which are huge. Now, we're yet to win the chair. We went to win the Carabao Cup. We lost the final last year to Liverpool. Hopefully this year we beat them. Chelsea obviously are hot on our tail. It was Man City, who are 5th, and Arsenal are here. I feel like today's episode is going to be Arsenal in the FA Cup, Man City in the league, and then when we come back, I'm going to rotate against Norwich. I'm going to give you guys the end of Chelsea and the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool over 2 different episodes. So some big games coming up. With that being said, guys, I'm going to see you guys on the flip side. We should be getting his scout report. We are, and hopefully we play well against Arsenal and we beat Man City. We're top of the league at the end of this episode. We'll see where we sit when we go to play Chelsea and Liverpool next episode. All right, YouTube, here we go. First game of the doubleheader today. It's Arsenal, the 4th round of the Emirates FA Cup. So, Sid's making it to the top flight. This is Season 5. Season 2, 3 and 4, we made the final. In Season 2 and Season 4, we won it. We beat Arsenal last year in the Cup final at Wembley. So, on paper, even though everyone's expecting me to lose, we should win. Played Newcastle, absolutely dominated, won 3-0 there. Silva scored in the 45th minute. We took Fuller off because he wasn't 100% and then took a knock. Livramento scored and Joe Gomez scoring an own goal. Back four played really well, was able to rest kind of the front 5, which was perfect, which means that we've got a pretty strong front 5. Scott's come in for a suspended Thuram, and Sam Carter comes in for Livramento, who's not 100% fit. Important to note with Sam Carter, boys, he is looking really good. I really expect this guy to be one of the best right-backs in the world. I really do think our best 11 is going to be Livramento and Carter either side, which, you know, both have a reasonable left foot and both are very good at what they do. With that being said, without further ado, big game here to start us off. It's Meslier, Carter, Tomori, Master and Thomas. Lovey and Scott, Elise, Smith-Rowe, Son and Silva. Important to note, Justin and Demeril are still here and they still want to be at the football club and playing. I've got a few too many players now. I've got a lot of youngsters, a few too many players. It is what it is. Anyhow, let's get into this. Obviously, we still have Velez out injured, which is not good. Mellier's been on a fantastic run without conceding, which is great. They've gone Martinelli, Jesus, Samuel, Havertz, Odegaard, Nunez, Fiat, Saliba, Aaron. Saka's playing left back. What? Saka's playing left wing back. That is a bit interesting. He's got 10 tackling. I guess I can see it. That's an interesting spot for Saka. Arguably their best players playing at left wing back. See if you get some overlapping runs and put some crosses into the box. Look, if I want to go and make our 4th final in a row, we have to win this game somehow. I just don't see it happening. But it's an important game to give yous because we've obviously got Man City a few days later as well. Tomori now, good ball into Lavia, finds Elise. Into Carter. Good touch inside to Scott. Ball inside. Headed down into... Oh, it's Runnison. It's not Ramsdale. Sorry, I saw R and just read Ramsdale, but it isn't. Taz Nunez nearly ran into trouble. Saka goes with Jesus inside. Odegaard. This is where Arsenal are dangerous. Samuel is very quick. We know this. We've used him on FM before. That's a ball to Havertz. That should have been 1-0. Carter clears. Havertz misses a big moment. Shoulda, coulda. Wasn't for Arsenal. We're still at 0-0 and that's all important. Obviously, being that it's only the 4th round, this would have a replay if it was a draw as well, which I would not be too opposed to. It just makes our fixture run a lot more difficult as Odegaard puts it over the bar. 70 minutes played, Arsenal having the better of the game. Highlight again straight away. Seeing what creates here. Tomori finds Lavia. Good ball to Smith-Rowe. Silva makes a run and stopped his run. Runnison comes outside the box and thumps one. Lavia picks that one up. Thomas now. Son comes to feet, needs to get away from him now because Thomas looking to get in behind. Good run. Ball back stick. Elise isn't going to get on that though. Saka sweeps up. Weird to see him playing left back. Elise wins it back and then gives it back to Saka. Weird highlight, but Martinelli now on the run. Going. Still going. Good tackle there from Scott. Never a penalty. This is one of those ones that FM just give. No penalty given. Good tackle from Scott. Never should have been a pen. 18 minutes played. Still 0-0. Arsene Odegaard. Elise. Alright, come on, boys. 23 minutes played. It's 0-0. We've not played particularly well out here. This is a big game for us in terms of our season. I would say that, I know this is weird, I wouldn't say this in most seasons, but because we have not won the Cabarro Cup, I'll happily trade losing here to beat Liverpool at Wembley in the final in the Cabarro. Silva's in though. How about just scoring? Mate, he's really good. If we didn't have Velez, Silva would be up front every game. I know he's only got 8 finishing, but he's the type of player that kills FM because of the speed and the match engine. Silva's there, ball through, we lead 1-0. Good run from Scott, gets tackled, falls to Elise, ball inside, finds Smith Rowe, good ball through to Silva, good touch, and that is a finish, and that is 1-0. Brilliant. We'll take it. It's a lead. It is a lead. Odegaard now to go ball back stick. Headed straight at Melier. Havertz won it well, but there we are. Highlight's still going though. We're good at building from the back. Finds Lavia. Got options left and right. Jose Marshall finds Thomas. Hassan will drop in at feet. Ignored. Now got to drop in at feet. Does well. Ball to no one. That's a really poor ball from a world-class player. Here comes Martinelli. Goes with a chip. And wow, between the post and Marshall, it's cleared. Good defending from Jose Marshall. Time ticks. We lead 1-0 here at the Emirates. We have not played particularly well. Arsenal have been much the better side. Get into the dressing room. I'm going to thrush the arms because I don't think we've played well at all. We've been pretty lucky. Let's have a look, James. Always keen to have a look. Saka, Odegaard, Mateus Nunes, Fiat, Saka, Mateus Nunes, Saliba. Ball being worked around very well. Max Aarons, Odegaard. Trouble. Good tackle. Not. Cat's killed you. Put the Eagles in there too. Big call. Thomas is dead. I'm going to put Carter to the other side and get Livramento in. Scott's had the best of the game. I get Drewsbury Hall in there as a deep line playmaker and support. I'm going to go with that here. Couple changes. Jose Marshall. Into Lavia. Marshall. Carter. Drewsbury Hall. Can't find a big switch. Tamori now. This has to go to Livramento's feet and does. At least he needs to get down the line here. Poor, very poor. Ball had to be moved. Oh, Saka's going on a run. They deserve a goal here, Arsenal. They really do. Martinelli, straight at Melier. We have been very lucky. I'm actually going to make some changes. I'm going to move into the 4-3-3, which I don't normally do. I'm going to try and absorb pressure. I'm going to try and absorb pressure. I'm actually going to move to a box-to-box and a Mazzala on support. And I am going to bring in Linus as a ball-winning midfielder to help out. Vinicius is going to come off for Carter. I'm going to move Vinicius into there. Marshall's going to come into some wing-back and support. Elise's pretty dead. I'm going to bring Yaya in. Yaya's going to go more winger on support. Beat your man and get the ball in the box. No, we don't play. We manage, James. It's Football Manager, so we make all the tactical changes. We watch and we implement the changes. We are very lucky to be 1-0 up, has to be said. This is one of the worst games we've played this year. We move into the 4-3-3. We go more defensive. Can we get home? 83rd minute. Get through this highlight. You think we can. Here we go. Young Silva on the break. Hassan's with him. Looking for Silva, poor ball. White does well. Pedro Galvez, over the bar. Was offside, was it? No, it wasn't. Would have counted. Gabriel White. What am I saying here, boys? Benjamin White. Highlight here, 86th minute. Would be a sucker punch to score again. Vinicius, the Brazilian. Linus now. Back to Vinicius. That's poor. Oh, we're in trouble here on the break again. Samuel going on a run. Still going. Still going. Well done, Marcos. Thumped away. Only as far as Benjamin White. Mateus Nunes. Ball out to Martinelli. Cuts it. 87th minute. Arsenal deserved the equaliser, let's be honest. Arsenal deserved the equaliser, let's be honest. We'll take it. I think we'll take it because in a replay we should beat them at home. And that was pretty annoying, that. Saying that, Arsenal definitely deserved a winner there. We got absolutely dominated. Well, that's not fun here, boys. That's not fun at all. We now have Man City. Then we got Norwich, then we got Arsenal, then we got Chelsea. Wow, it just makes our run so much harder. Lynch played much so. Hopefully he develops there, Lynch, as well. Yeah, that's not good. All right, well, we've got Arsenal in the replay. We have the 5th round draw coming up as well. Which, look, the FA Cup doesn't matter to us in terms of competition and winning. But making the board happy, they want me to obviously reach the quarterfinal, semi-final. Difficult. We weren't great. We got away with it. We could have held on. It is what it is. We got Man City in a few days' time, which obviously the league is more important. At least we can rotate against Norwich, you feel. But we have given away a lot of points this season. Got absolutely fisted. Look at that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a second for Man City. Do not go anywhere. Here we are, YouTube. Manchester City at the King Power. Ancelotti is now in charge at City, and they've risen all the way up from 10th through to 5th. They've been on quite a run since they beat us and Ancelotti had taken over. As you can see, after this run here in sacking Gattuso, Ancelotti has not lost in the league. It is a fantastic run. They are the informed side here. If you have a look at the title race, we have got a game in hand on Liverpool. In saying that, though, we're only 1 point back. Or 1 point in front, sorry. Chelsea, who obviously lost a couple games recently, has to be said, are in 3rd. United are in 4th, but all those teams are doing well. Now, if City were to win... Oh, there was their last loss, Bournemouth and Arsenal. If City were to win against me here, I'm going to put them back in the title fight because they look like the City of old. Or the City of like right now in real life. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's get into this game here. Velez has not been past fit. He's been failed his fitness test. Ideally, we don't use him, but if it is tight and tense, we need to go 4-4-2, we'll put him up front. My idea is he will be back for the Norwich game coming up next. Next episode's still going to be Chelsea and Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final, but we obviously got Arsenal after Norwich too. So what I'm going to do next episode is I'm going to give you guys, obviously Liverpool in its entirety, I'm going to give you guys the end of Chelsea, and I'll probably give you guys the end of Arsenal as well, so we can see how we all went in those big ties. Anyway, let's go. Let's see what we can do. Big game here. And, yeah, look, if they've got Erling Haaland pumping in goals, then we're in trouble. Let's see how big Erling has done, actually. Why not? How have you gone in this save? So Erling has scored 23 and 35, 25, 32 and 30, 26 and 32, 25 and 23. So, yeah, he's banging goals in this season. He's very good. He's fantastic. Edison, Joe Mario, Ruben Diaz, Laporte, Jose Gale, Rodri, Betancourt, Phil Foden, who I think will start in the middle of the park for them this year in real life. Dejan Kulusevski, Rodrigo and Haaland, John Stones, Calvin Phillips, Julian Alvarez on the bench still, Rico Lewis, Finley Burns. Hasn't really developed at all as Finley, but yeah. Have to wait and see. A very good team. We have a very good defensive record at the moment. For those wondering, I don't know if we're going to be able to click on some names here. Our data hub will just show you why this league's still in thing. But we expect to be first because we have the most expected points. We're 5 goals under our XGA, which means, you know, we're in Feb and we've only conceded 19 goals, which is really good. But yeah, 6 goals under our XG, 6 goals. Now, if we just scored around our XG, that's a win against Middlesbrough, that's a win against Sheffield, that's a win against Chelsea. All of a sudden, you give yourself what? Because they're all draws. It's 2, 4, 6 more points than where we are. Well, that puts me on like 60-something points. All of a sudden, we've got a bit of a gap. 64 points. We've got a bit of a gap. We've got like a 6-point gap here. And all of a sudden, you're going with the league going, okay, we just need to target the results that we need to target, and off we go. Anyhow, Man City versus Leicester in the pouring rain. Second game of this episode, and Rodrigo wins the ball. Goes on a run and hits one that's going to be well wide. 3 minutes in, 0-0. In these big games, I always say, if you just pinch a result so you beat everyone else, it's fine. But I think this is a must-win game for us if we want to win the league at home. Anyway, Son, Odegaard, plus it kills City's hopes of really catching us, I do feel. Ball to Silva, great finish. Was offside and it didn't go in either. Good luck, SPQ. Good to see you, mate. Have a good night. Get the kids to bed and enjoy the cricket as well, buddy. Joe Mario, Dejan Kulusevski. Dejan, Ismail Benacour. Good ball. Haaland's around. Good hands from Melier. Look, we'd rather have Velez back here, but we do need to keep him fit for the rest of the season. I do think him against Norwich could equal goals. And he will be 100% fit. He's not 100% fit now. Rodrigo. Livramento wins that back off Rodrigo. Very well done. Tomori. Thuram. Tomori. Livramento. Driving run. Inside of Thuram. Tomori. Smith Rowe. Good touch. Silva. Back to Jose Marshall. Look at Luke Thomas. Instead he looks long for Elise. Good ball. Has to be said. Back a line. Oh, Silva should score. Hits it straight into Ruben Diaz. You knew nothing about it. Elise, Silva. Yeah, I love it when that game does that, but yeah. Great block from Ruben Diaz. Silva tried to go back across Edison and hit it straight into Diaz. If he just went near stick where he was, it was a goal. Should have been a goal. Should be 1-0 up here. We're not. Very similarly to when we lost to Man City last time. We played pretty well when City found a way at the Etihad. Ruben Diaz into Rodrigo, into Ismail Benacour, into Laporte. City knocking the ball around. I haven't done that in a few years. Elise wins that back. Tomori. Thuram. Inside ball. Goes all the way back to Melier. It's fine. If he didn't play the inside ball there to Lavia straight away, then I don't mind that. Elise drops in. Looks for Silva. Never made a run. And Benacour finds Haaland, who's going to be able to bring others into play here. Dejan Kulusevski, who's fantastic on FM. Could be good for Spurs in real life. Ball in blot. Ismail Benacour. Oh, Haaland won't miss. Melier, world class. What a fantastic save from the Frenchman. Fingertips onto the post. That's a huge save to deny Haaland, who normally scores. 36 minutes played. Livramento to Rum. Livramento. Smith Rowe has to dig. Surely. That is poor. World class. Pick a corner. Keep it down. Instead, fires massively over the bar. Even game. City have had more of the ball. We've had more of the chances. We keep playing the way we are. We just have to nab the goal. Thing is, I do expect City to score. Can't keep Haaland quiet for 90, you feel, when he's in really good form, which he is at the minute. Ismail Benacour, Ruben Diaz. Silva wins. Now, Silva's quick and he's away. Silva, go. Take your men. Down he goes. Never a penalty. I like the idea of him driving into the box looking for the pen, but this never should be given. One of these times where FM just says it's a penalty, I'd love it. Yeah, I thought it was going to be no pen. Would have been nice, but not to be. 50-odd minutes played. Even game. Free kick. Elise. Good angle for a left footer. Keep it down, buddy. Massively wide and high. Poor. As time ticks away here, 60 minutes played. I'm not particularly happy with how the game is situated out there at the moment. 66 minutes. Elise is dead. I am going to bring Ronnie on. Son is also dead. We're going to bring Yaya on. Lovey is dead. We're also going to bring Drewsbury Hall on. Not bringing him on. This is not the game. Tomori is having a stinker. I am going to bring Linus in as well. No, it's 0-0, but Tomori getting beat by everything. Linus is 6'5". Will be able to deal with Haaland's height. I have a lot of faith in the 18-year-old. Rodrigo, Benacour, Ruben Diaz, Rodrigo. Yaya wins. Smith Rowe now. Needs options. Does well. Looks for Yaya. Jose Marshall will sweep. Shrewsbury Hall needs a pass. Looks for Smith Rowe. I don't mind that idea. Tarum wins. Silva holds up nicely. Needs a runner. Goes himself. Gets in the box. Loses out to Rodrigo with his body. Back to Edison who thumps long. Linus is a big boy. Heads. Tarum doesn't win that one. We've forced Haaland off for Alvarez. That's not a bad win, but Alvarez is a very good footballer still. Mark Leandro, they've spent 100 million on. Foden. Cuts. Good block in the end. Melier will claim. "77 minutes played. 15 shots, only one on target. Corner. This would be a disastrous way to concede. Gaia back stick. Headed away. Dejan Kulusevski knows how to hit him. Ismail Benacour's got time. He hits the post. That far away from being 1-0 down. Set piece. Cleared. Linus does well. Ronnie. Tarum. Yaya. Hits. Oh, it's over the bar. Got to encourage the boys who ate the go. I don't want to change system, but I also want us to try and win. Time ticks away. We've had 19 shots, no goal. 92 minutes on the clock. This is going to be the last highlight, you think, for a team to score. Marshall's going to put it in short in a Shrewsbury Hall. Finds Tarum. Smith Rowe. Looks over the top. Ronnie on loan. Back from... Oh, my word. He's back from PSG and he should have won it. Ronnie misses a 1-on-1 that he should bury every time. 93rd minute. Smith Rowe to Livramento. Is there one last throw of the dice? Livramento keeps it in play. Down the line he goes. Ball in. Silva. Yaya was there and he left it. I guess he was offside. I'd rather him put it in the back of the net and make a decision. They go long. Alvarez. Linus gives away a free kick at the 94th minute. Oh, no. Oh, no. Man City. We've one last chance to kill all the hopes. Jose Gaia will step up. Launches one in there. Leonardo's a target and it's over the top and it is full time. On a day we had 21 shots and next year 2.88. We have drawn 0-0 to Man City. We're slightly the better side, but yet again, we are underperforming our XG massively this year and it's costing us the league title. That was one of the worst performances finishing-wise that we could have put in. But I guess when you draw 0-0 to Man City, it ain't the worst result, let's be honest. With that being said, that's the end of this episode here. Thank you for joining us yet again for another YouTube episode. I'll see you guys in only a few games' time is where we will have Liverpool in the Cabaret Cup final for the second year in a row. We have not won this competition. It is one of the competitions we are trying to win. And hopefully at Wembley we beat Liverpool this time around and win. We will be champions of the Cabaret Cup.